This is Majin. Here's some comic reviews for you. We got Batman Eternal, some Batmans, some Worlds, some Novas, Sinnings, Inhumans, and X-Men's. And Sinnings is actually Spiderman. Okay. Batman Eternal. Let's take a look at this. Okay. This series for me has had a series of ups and downs. And the ups have been really, really enjoyable. The downs, though, have been kind of like you're just walking through mud, you know? And to me, this is almost like a muddy issue. Now, like, basically what you have going on is you have, like, this prison riot, which, you know, eventually Gordon's going to get killed if they don't take care of him. You have the battle between, the Jason Todd and Batgirl, because Batgirl thinks that he looks like the Joker type things. Some little mind-altering stuff going on. And it's just, to me, it's like one of those types of an issue that's just, you have to get through to get to the better stuff. You know, like, I guess you can say the Gordon stuff is probably going to be leading to something good. And, but the Batgirl, Jason Todd, Red Hood thing was just kind of like, it's like, how many times have I seen this before? You know, Batgirl keeps beating on Jason Todd. Jason Todd doesn't fight back too hard, which, you know, obviously he doesn't want to hurt her. And then, you know, he's like, you know, Batgirl, there's some things that I remember, like the first time, the sense, and this, and the first time that I met Batgirl, and I really like her a lot. And then Batgirl's like, oh my gosh, Jason Todd, how could I hurt you? And they have this moment together. And I'm like, oh, I just want to throw up. Please. You know, and, you know, the art is just okay. It's not what I would call stellar, but it's a little bit better than what I've seen in the past. And, I don't know, to me, it's just, you know, it's like one of these issues that if I didn't read it, wouldn't have mattered. Okay. Batman 34. Okay. We finally get out of the 0 year nonsense. And now we have a little gap because we're going to be going to the future soon. And basically Batman is on the trail of this murderer who he's kind of like, nobody knows who I am. Ha ha ha. So I'm killing people and nobody will know. But, you know, Batman knows about the guy, so he's on the trail to figure out who he is. And he finally tracks him down, and he basically avoids due process and everything, and he throws him in Arkham Asylum. And because he knows that the thing is, if he, you know, granted, if he followed the legal procedures and stuff, then yes, he would have been known. But, you know, the guy just doesn't want to be known. He wants to be like a nobody. But he thinks that, oh, if I throw you in Joker's cell, people are going to be going, hey, who's this strange guy in Joker's cell? Now he becomes a somebody, and it's just like, do not try to outsmart yourself. You know, just give me a cool story about a serial killer. That's all I want. And in all honesty, I didn't feel like this was a cool story about a serial killer. He was just stupid, you know, mentally stupid. And it's just not even, I didn't enjoy it. I'll be honest. I didn't enjoy it at all. Okay, Battle of Earth 2. This stuff doesn't really happen on the cover. They mention that there's a Batman and a Superman, but that doesn't happen. Basically, it's just Power Girl, Supergirl landing on their planet, and, or I should say their Earth, version of Earth, seeing what's up. Then you have a scientist who's got super strength now, and then you figure out what's going on with Assad. This is another issue where, you know, hey guys, you know, we have this other book that's not selling called Future's End, so let's tie everything into it so this way we can get the sales of every single comic book, and maybe people will start buying it at the last minute. And they tie it in, and I'm just like, oh man, you know, because this is painful, you know, it's really painful for me because, you know, not only do you have Batman Eternal, not only do you have Future's End, but we're going to be getting that war thing, and then we're going to be getting that multiversity, and there's another one, I forgot what it's called, and they're all, the Batman Beyond Weekly. And I'm like, we don't need all these weeklies, you know? This book here, you know, unfortunately, like Batman Eternal. This is one of those stories where it's filling in a transitional period. Unfortunately, for me, I didn't think this was a strong transition because you don't really get to see how Power Girl and Huntress are reacting enough. There's this shock and awe, like what's going on, but I don't think it's enough. And I think, for me at least, the story lacked in that aspect. So I really don't think this is what I would have considered a strong book at all. Do I really even have to talk about Nova Special? This is a 3 of 3. This was a royal pain in my neck. I didn't like it at all. Okay, granted, I didn't read 1 and 2, so that might explain certain things. But just let me tell you, I didn't like it. Not even enjoyable. The guy can't even draw Nova to be a kid. Makes him look like an adult at times, even though they say he's a kid. And basically what's going on is Cyclops is captured, and everybody's looking for Cyclops. And eventually they all end up on this one alien's backyard, and they throw it down, and they start fighting. And this is the frustrating thing. It's kind of like this. You can see it happen in the meetings. They're like, well, we need to have this book, we need to have this crossover, and then what we'll do, the whole purpose of the book is the throwdown with all these different factions meeting at the same time to fight. And when that happens, the fight's not even good. Because you spent, all of this time, dealing with the setup. And then we just get a little power blast here and there. And we, and some blowing things up. And then Cyclops gets away. Type thing. And then we get this touching moment between Iron Man and Kid Nova. And then I start thinking things like, why is Tony Stark warming up to this kid? I remember thinking back, the time when the New Warriors were young and then they were rampaging through the streets causing mischief and they blew things up. And, their superheroes were down on them because they're too young. And this kid is 12, 13, and everything's fine. And I'm just face palming, going, this is not fine. This is not acceptable. He should not be flying through space, saving the world. Man, I'm telling you. Okay. Don't buy this. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man number 5. I really enjoyed it. I gotta admit, I enjoyed it. Peter Parker's getting busy with Silk on rooftops. You have some cool pages with Electro, with his electricity going everywhere. You have a pissed off Black Cat, and this has been really enjoyable. Electro learns that Parker's trying to cure him, and it all comes to a head where Jameson's new TV show, Parker's there, and they're interviewing him. Black Cat shows up, shenanigans ensues, and then Black Cat captures Spider-Man and is about to reveal who he is on TV. Great read. I'm really enjoying the Silk character. I'm just waiting for the day that Silk and Peter hook up so that way they can have spider babies together. And that way people can rage quit over that. Or they're going to rage quit because they don't have spider babies. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Slot's doing a great job. That's all I got to say. Okay. All new X-Men. Okay, this is a transition issue that's basically leading you to the last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Unfortunately, this book comes out at a time where it's a little bit late in the sense of the timing of the will book or the will and testament book. Basically, what we have is Angel and X-23 getting a little busy on the couch in their bed, and let's look at it this way now. How weird is this? Angel and Wolverine never used to get along in the past. Never did. Angel always thought Wolverine was like a savage beast. X-23 is Wolverine's genes. You know what I mean? So technically it's like his daughter, so to speak. And those two are getting busy. I'm just saying. That's like Angel getting busy with Wolverine. If Wolverine had boobs. And other parts. Then you have this moment here with White Queen and Jean Grey. Like White Queen's trying to provoke Jean Grey, and Jean Grey's not biting. Now, here's the deal with this book. If you remember, for those of you who've been longtime X-Men fans, you'll know where I'm coming from. The one thing the X-Men were really known for, compared to other books like The Avengers or even the Fantastic Four to a point, was the X-Men were known for the downtime. What did they do when they weren't fighting? It was their interpersonal relationships. I mean, even when they just played softball, it was that type of thing was looked at as like one of the favorite moments of those issues, going way back when during Byrne and Austin were doing it. And in a way, this is what this book is kind of doing right now. Maybe not doing it as successfully, but that's, you can argue that point. Because while Jean Grey and the White Queen, Emma Frost, are dealing with their issues, like everybody's up there watching it and, like having a picnic type thing. And so as I was reading this, that's what it reminded me of. So, I kind of torn with that in the sense where I understand what Bendis is trying to do. I don't know if he was as successful at it, but when it got to the end part of the resolution, I enjoyed the ending a lot more than the journey to get there, if that makes sense. But, okay, maybe it's because I love the White Queen's costume. I don't know. But this book as a whole, this is like one of those things where it was enjoyable to read. It's not earth-shattering. It's not going to change your life. But it's not horrible. All right, Inhuman number 3. Okay. Basically what's going on is Medusa learns that there's a great danger coming, and they need all the Inhumans. And that's why Black Bolt released the gas, the mist. And so Medusa's going after that one guy who's going around killing all the Inhumans and only saving a few and keeping them as his own private army. Because like Medusa's like, look, dude, something big is coming, and we need everybody. We need all the uniqueness, and you're just killing it. And she's like, either you join me or you die. That's simple. Now here's the thing. What this issue here is this. It's to show people who are not familiar with the Inhumans, to show that Medusa is one grade A badass superhero that you don't want to mess with. And that's what this issue is all about. Now, while it's doing that, it's also showing some powers and abilities. It's introducing some extra characters. It's introducing the conflict between the two, the protagonist and antagonist. And obviously, even though the guy goes, okay, I'll just go along with you, we know that he's not going to just go along. But, it's setting all that stuff up. Kind of did it abruptly, but I'm kind of glad that they did it, so this way we can just move on to what's coming. But regardless, is this book good? Yeah. I think this book could be better, but at the same time, I have a feeling this is one of these books that is going to take a little time to get its stride going because of the beginning problems that were going on. I think some of the characters are interesting. I think that, Joe's a great artist. He's just really slow. And but I like the art. I love the fire effects. I love the hair effects. There's a lot of good that's going on in here. But, if you look on the shelves, and you really have, and, you basically can only have, let's say 3 titles to buy, I'll be honest with you, this is not one of the 3 that you would buy, which is a shame, but at the same time, I don't think it's really living up to its full potential. But anyways, those are my reviews. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Like and share. Let me know what you guys bought. Let me know what you guys liked. And I'll have more reviews later. So until next time.